Go.
Oh, it started. It looks different. Well, welcome back, everybody, to another video with Yarn in Second Language. Nikki's throwing me off. Usually when you start a video, I can see the record button.
It's going.
I know it's going now.
Okay. Welcome back, everybody, to Yarn in Second Language. I am Nikki. Who are you today? Actually.
I'm frazzled Princeton today.
Frazzled, that's a good word.
Yes, I'm no longer frugal, everybody. I'm frazzled.
Frazzled.
Just so everybody knows. So Nikki and I planned on doing this today. And usually we do this after I put my son to bed and I come downstairs and we make this video gold. Well, today my son decided, I'm not that tired. I'm just going to hang out here with you today, Dad. So for the past hour, we've been looking at each other in his bed. So every minute I'm thinking, it's almost time. It's almost time. But he's asleep now, so.
The cashmere kid needs his rest.
Yes. So that's why I'm a little bit frazzled. But I'm glad to be here with all of you. I'm so glad to be here with Miss Nikki. And we have an awesome video for everybody today. So some of you may not know, we did a video recently where we showed you guys' work. And I have to say, yeah. Yes, golf clap to everybody.
Like, oh my goodness. I was so impressed and so honored that people would share their work with us. That was amazing. Thank you.
It really was. You guys rock. I mean, just wow, the work was incredible. Even just down to the quality of the picture you guys sent us. Beautiful. And we have, dare I say, the most talented viewers in all of YouTube.
I think so. I mean, it was amazing.
We even had a 16-year-old send us her work. That, bravo to you. Bravo to you. So anyway, I got off track. So we did a video where we showed your work and we loved it. Everybody seems to love it. But today we're going to go and show you a little bit of what we're working on, some finished objects, and yeah,
works in progress. I've got one work in progress.
I've got, yeah, I do too, just one. So that's what we are going to do today. But real quick, if you haven't done so already, make sure you guys subscribe to our channel. Nikki and I are always coming up with brand new ideas, and we don't want you to miss it. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that like button too. That helps us out quite a bit. So Miss Nikki, what you got in your cup?
I've got, it says on the rim here, I'm not going to turn it so people can see, Unicorn Love. My boyfriend gave that to me.
Aww. Does he love you more than he loves a unicorn?
Yeah, unicorns aren't real. I'm very real.
But llamacorns are very real.
Well, yeah. One right there.
Yeah. Well, Ricky, yeah.
Ricky. I think Ricky and Gracie are on a hiatus.
Yeah, where is Gracie? Oh.
He's very sensitive about this.
Sorry, I didn't know. Llamacorn life is hard sometimes.
COVID hit people's relationships hard.
Yep. Okay, so do you want to start off?
I don't care. I've got a lot, so we can take turns. You can go. I've got notes.
Oh, you got
something in my eye. Great.
Oh, really? Why don't you go first? I have a feeling you have more than I do.
Okay. So the first thing, I have finished a lot. We have not recorded together in a long time, it seems like. And I have been doing a lot of just what I call potato chip knitting, where I can sit in front of the why are you laughing? I can sit in front of the TV and just, knit it almost automatically. Let me take these off. And I have gotten a lot done. I was super excited. So let's start from the bottom. Now we're here. So everybody hopefully has seen our video where I showed you my Brigda cowl. And that was one of my first finishes since we've recorded. This cowl is by Vicki Perkins. And this was made out of the Dollar Tree, what is it called? Just Yarn? Just Premier Just Yarn. So the Brigda cowl took, I think, one of skein of each. I can't remember now. It's been a long time. So that's great. And everybody always wants to see the inside of color work.
Why do they want to see the inside?
Because these floats, to see how neatly or messily you catch these floats. And it just makes a cool pattern when you flip it inside out. So again, that was the Brigda cowl by Vicki Perkins. That was a cool finish. And then I just made some hats out of the Premier Just Yarn, just some plain hats. This is going to go in my donation pile. So that's kind of a manly hat out of the skein of the gray. I kind of made it bigger because people like slouchy hats. So one hat. This is still the Dollar Tree Premier Just Yarn. I made this pattern up. I was really proud of the crown. Thought that came out pretty neat. So again, just the Premier yarn. This is one skein of the pink. Trying to pick out all my Premier yarns. And this is not really Premier yarn, but this is the June hat by Megan Kelly out of my hand-dyed yarn that I made. So I finished this since we've recorded last. And it's very simple. And I think that was Lion Brand's Fisherman's Wool that I dyed. So that was the June hat by Megan.
That's right.
Yeah.
I believe we showed that picture on our Instagram page.
Yeah. So that was a relaxing knit. I feel like I'm rushing through. Okay, your turn now. I'll just take a break.
Well, as many people know, I have dove head in to the Tunisian crochet world. So I've been working on my stitches by making washcloths. I haven't jumped to a big project yet. Many of you know about this one that I made.
Those are beautiful colors.
Yes, this is from the multi-dishy that I got off the Knit Picks yarn haul we did. So this was the very first project that I made using Tunisian crochet. So I jumped ahead and tried a new stitch. So I'm sure most of you all know this stitch is called the simple stitch or the Afghan stitch. And I guess that's where everybody starts off. So then I upgraded my game to the knit stitch and made this.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah.
Look at it.
And I made this with the sugar and cream cotton yarn. I believe this is what it. I like this stitch. I think it looks just like
it looks very much like knitting.
Yeah. And I have discovered that I believe Tunisian crochet is the way to go for making washcloths because these stitches are so tight, but
it looks very flexible.
it's flexible, but the stitches are so close together. I like
Mhm. It looks very
it.
drapey. Like,
Yeah,
if you drape it over your hand, it's not going to be straight like a sheet, very stiff or anything.
exactly. Yes.
Mhm.
And I'll do one more and we'll kick it back to you. So I also used the Premier Just Cotton yarn, and I just made a couple of corner to corner. I had to take a break from the Tunisian crochet because
Yeah.
I needed a mental break. So
Okay.
I,
Okay.
I just made a couple of corner
Look
to
at
corner.
those. Those are
Yep.
super textured.
Yep. So
So you
yeah,
use 3 different types of cotton yarn, cotton and cotton blend yarns. Which
actually four.
was oh
Four. I forgot. This one is not the Just Cotton by Premier. This is Lion Brand
nice.
cotton. So we had Lion Brand,
Uh-huh.
Premier Just Cotton,
Mm-hmm.
Sugar and Cream,
Mm-hmm.
Multi Dishy by Knit Picks.
Okay. Favorite?
Favorite? Sugar and Cream.
Sugaring?
Because I showed you the wrong side. It's that side. It seems to be the softest of the cotton. I think I like a more softer kind of cotton.
Mm-hmm.
The peaches and cream, if I had more of that, it feels like peaches and cream.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my favorite one to work with.
Okay, so I have so many questions about these cottons. Did any
Yes,
one
ma'am.
of them shed more than others that you noticed?
Yes. The Premier Just Cotton shedded a lot more. When I was working with this, I can probably, you guys can't see it probably, but there's floaties right now.
Fibers everywhere.
Yeah. Yep.
But that one, I believe, is the only one that's a blend. I think that's got polyester in it, I believe.
This is the only
it's 15%
blend.
polyester. Huh.
You are correct. So
Interesting.
other than that, the multi-dishy, no floaties, and this is actually the easiest to work with as far as the sliding on and off my needle.
Really?
Well, my hook, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But the finished project, I got to give it to the Sugar and Cream.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yep. That was a good little impromptu yarn review.
But I will say also, I've been sleeping on Lion Brand. Yeah, I'm gonna explore their yarn a lot more heavy.
Where did you get that?
From you.
Really?
Yeah, remember when you destashed your yarn? We did an episode, I believe.
Yeah.
And I
don't
think I showed it.
Oh, I do remember that. That was in there were some other colors.
It's this right here.
Okay. Oh, Cottonies. Yeah, that's nice. It's discontinued.
Is it really?
I think so.
Because I was working on this. It's the same thing, basically. Nice. And I was like, I gotta get some more of this. This is gonna be great.
I think it's discontinued. I'll have to look that up, but I think
I've got one more big ball is the same color as this, which is lime 194.
Yeah. I bought that years ago at like AC Moore.
Really?
In Clear, and AC Moore is gone. But I'm pretty sure Cottonies is discontinued.
Now, why would they make such a great product and discontinue it? Surely you weren't the only one buying it.
No, I think they have a new cotton. Is it Handicrafter or something like that? I can't remember. But I didn't like it as well as I like the Cottonies.
Really?
At all.
I'm a Lion Brand virgin, so I don't really know. Have fun with that line.
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. A 20-foot crochet hook or, whatever.
So what else you got?
So I think I've got two more hurricane hats. So this was the leftover of my hand dyed. I think I showed this one.
You know, hold that back up. Wow, I'm looking at the stitch. The knit stitch for Tunisian crochet does look just like that. So I'm a knitter.
Are you though? Are you though?
Are my fingers not skinny enough?
I'll show you skinny fingers. Still family friendly. Still family friendly. So I think I made this one first, and I think this was the leftover. So those are the same yarns. Yeah, because this is the child-sized one. So I had a bunch left over, and so I'm finished with the hand-dyed from my dyeing video. But those two were really fun. And then
how satisfied were you with the hand-dyed yarn you did?
Very, very. I thought it came out well. And I thought even, this isn't used by itself. This isn't used. I used it with the last bit of that undyed that I had saved. And I think I had a little bit more I needed to find, so I broke into another skein. But very, very happy with it. I think this one breaks up the colors more, and I like that effect too. But I also like this super saturated one. So I can't decide between the two, but I was very, very happy to use up, what I had dyed.
I like that one, the one you're showing.
This one.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like both of them, but I feel like I could wear that one.
Yeah. I mean, this is a very neat pattern. Again, that was the June hat by Megan Kelly. And she did a series of hats. I think there might be 12. I'm not real sure. I think that was the goal at least. But free patterns, free hat pattern if you're interested. So, and it uses up, if you have something highly variegated, like I dyed or whatever, it breaks it up, it mutes it down a little bit, but you still get that pop of color from any hand-dyed yarn or variegated yarn or stripe or anything like that. I think the pattern picture is of a black and white one, and it's just stunning. It really is. So that was that. I had one more hurricane hat, and I had dyed this yarn maybe last year. This is the Wilton's dye, I think. I think that was also Wilton's. I hadn't dipped into my Dharma Acid dyes yet. So again, just a simple hurricane hat. And again, this is just knitting and purling, very easy to do. I don't have to keep track while watching TV, watching Netflix or something like that. So
potato chip.
Potato chip knitting. I'm trying to use up the yarns I have experimented on. This is another hand dyed.
Whoa.
With the Wiltons. I think this was Wilton's Violet because I broke the violet, which means I separated out the colors. So just a very, very plain hat. I let the yarn color do all the work. So the Wilton's Violet. I like that it looks kind of neonish,
It does.
Very electric, kind of. So
it's
again,
electric.
This is going to go into the donation pile. But I think that's an adult size hat. So there's that one. Just a plain hat out of. Remember the beret I made our friend? I can't remember what the yarn is. What?
You see that beret once, you don't forget that beret.
Oh,
yes, I remember it.
Whatever. So had some more yarn. Just made a plain hat. This is super soft, and for somebody who's maybe losing their hair, doesn't have a lot of hair, shaves their hair, I really enjoyed this. Super soft. This is next to skin good. I'll have to remember the yarn. I have 2 more hats, that's it. One of the first dye jobs I ever did was a rainbow because I was like, I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna do it. So I used it up in a rainbow hat.
I like it.
I thought that would be cute for a little kid or something. But just there again, there's not really any pattern. There's some ribbing 2x2 on the bottom here, but the rest of that is just plain head stitch. So there's the rainbow hat. And one more hat. This is Twistmas. This is my second Twistmas hat by Espostrico. And this is out of some hand dyed fuzz that I try to dye a little. You can't, it's not really showing up. A semi-solid, but
You dyed that?
uh-huh.
That looks great. I like that.
So I didn't have that much yarn, so it's a little short, but I think it's pretty cool. But just the Twistmas hat by Espostrico. And that's all the hats I've done. I've got one more finished.
You have been very busy.
Been very busy. Very busy. One more finished object.
You ate a lot of, that's a lot of potato chips.
It's better than sitting and eating actual potato chips. I did a cowl out of some rescued yarn from another project, and it's got little flecks in it. Just a made up pattern. I cast on some amount, did some ribbing, blowing it out. Did some ribbing at the bottom, then came up, did some garter stitch until I was almost out of yarn, then did some more ribbing at the top. So pretty long. So just
like
kind of an oatmeal tweedy kind of cowl. I love those tweedy flecks in there.
What's it called?
Tweedy flecks. It's my word for it. So those are all the finished objects I have. That's it.
So, okay, I got a couple questions.
Yes.
Let's go back to any one of your hand-dyed hats that you made.
Okay.
How long did it take you to hand dye, and how long did it take you to actually create the hat, to knit
The
the hat?
dyeing part is very quick. If you watch the video that I did, that is mostly real time, except I cut out some of the waiting period at the end where you're just leaving the dye in the dye bath. I mean the yarn in the bath where it's heat setting and acid setting the dye. So this, I probably soaked the yarn, 15-20 minutes beforehand while I got other stuff ready and did other things, and threw it in the pot. Didn't do much to it. I wish you could see that. It's got like 4 or 5 little different colors in it, but that's from resist spots in the yarn where it's twisted and turned and in the pot and kind of crowded together, and the dye doesn't penetrate to every spot at the same rate, at the same amount. So this hands-on probably took maybe 10 minutes, and then the rest of the time is just letting it set. And then of course you got to wash it and then let it dry and skein it back up. But yeah, I think it can be a very hands-off process if you wanted it to be, and it can be very hands-on. I can sit and poke at it and move it around and add some more dye and do things like that if I wanted to. But if I just wanted a simple kind of semi-solid dye job, it can be that. This is such good yarn.
So roughly 10 minutes to dye it.
Hands-on,
Hands-on dye it. And then how long for your skinny fingers to knit it up? You can look at me, but you gotta answer.
A hat. I have to answer the viewers. I don't have to answer you. I want to answer them. Just to knit this, I think I did this. I don't usually knit a hat in a day. I usually take a break. not because I can't, because it's good to take breaks. So this is probably a 2-night project. One night I'll tend to do the ribbing, and I tend to do a lot of ribbing. And then the next night, maybe three sessions of knitting. So it depends on how complicated the pattern is. This has a lot of knitting through the back loop, which takes a little more time. Not a whole lot, but it's decorative. I like it. But something like this, I could totally knit, a couple of hours.
Okay.
Any more questions?
No, I always thought that maybe knitting took longer than crochet.
It does, usually.
So if you can make that in a couple hours, you're pretty fast knitter.
That's easy. I've done it, I've probably made a couple hundred hats in, over the 15 years I've been knitting. So it just, I'm not on a deadline. It's just whenever I have some free time, and we're in COVID time. So once I finish working or doing my errands or doing whatever I need to do, it's nothing to sit and knit for 15, 20, 30 minutes. So that's my finished objects. Yay!
Well, I've got one finished object that I'm excited to show.
Yes.
So I did a video where I was making a baby blanket, and everybody, it was just my hands just doing their thing, and everybody asked for the pattern, and I was so disappointed because I don't have a pattern. This is one of those things that I saw grandma doing, it stuck in this brain, and I did it. So I'm sorry, everybody. I don't know the name of the stitch. I don't know the pattern, but I do know how it turned out. I'm gonna have to back up probably.
Oh, look. How pretty.
There is the finished project. There's the stitch. So there it is. And this is just one skein of mandala.
Nice.
And this is Rue. She sees her reflection as she's barking at herself. Stop. Our very first video we did at Joann's, I believe I got this yarn, and it was on sale for $3.99. So here is a $3.99 baby
blanket. Yes. Oh, how beautiful!
I like the way it turned out, and it's soft. It's very soft. It's definitely soft enough to put wrap around, baby skin.
That's beautiful. I love how they faded the colors into each other. I think they did a beautiful job on that.
Yes. Yep. They did a really good job. So that is that, and I am happy with it. And I think it has a home already.
Really?
So yeah, one of my friends who lives in Texas had a baby. So I believe this will be headed to Texas as soon as I weave
those ends.
I haven't. These what got.
I saw that. I did not comment, but I saw it. Yeah.
I know. I'm bad at that. I'm bad at that. But one day I will sit down and actually do all of them.
You have to be in the mood. You have to be, like, look at all those ends. I'm gonna tackle them. I'm gonna do it.
Yep. And I do have.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I have one work in progress.
Yes.
It's curling. It's Tunisian crochet. So I can't remember who it was, but somebody commented, "Hey, you should make Rue a blanket." And I thought, that's a pretty good idea. So I am in the process of making Miss Rue.
Oh my goodness.
And it is with Tunisian crochet. And it's using the knit stitch. So I've got quite a bit to go, but yeah.
So cute.
So this is it's helping me practice, especially
Uh-huh.
since I'm making it for a dog.
Uh-huh.
I am using, well, if I mess up, like there's a couple spots like right here, I'm like,
Okay.
I'm not ripping all that out to fix one stitch. It's
Oh
for
no.
a dog.
Oh no. Mm-mm.
So,
I wouldn't
and
rip
this
that out
is,
for a human. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
well, it's
Keep
really not
going.
that much. I'm just making these squares and then connecting them. So it's really not
Uh-huh.
too much, but still, she's a dog. So I'm using the Karen 1 pound acrylic. So
Mm-hmm.
I got upset with my son. He had toys everywhere. So I was like, you know what? Some of these need to disappear. So I collected some and I went to go throw them in the closet. And in the back of that closet were two 1 pound yarns of that Karen yarn, these two colors. And I was like, well, here we go.
Like, oh, Rue, here you go.
Yep.
Sharon is older than you. Here you go.
I don't know when that yarn was purchased. I have no idea. So that is my only real works in progress.
I only have one work in progress, and it is. Oof, I was not careful when I put this down, so I don't want to pull it off the needles. It is the beginnings of they call it a kerchief, but I'm going to make it into a shawl. This is actually the top, but this is the Age of Brass and Steam kerchief by Orange Flower Yarn, and this is out of the mandala yarn. So eventually it will be, I'm so disappointed. So I started from the outside because I thought, oh, it'll fade into these pretty blues and greens and, things like that. I am so far into this with no hint. It's like mud. Like I'm so kind of disappointed with the colors. I mean, there's some variation. That's a green. That's a light green. That's a bright. I mean, it's like I
How much
wanted more.
how much more do you have to go with that?
So I'm going to use up this whole skein. So the
Okay.
pattern technically says that I could be done very soon from here. Because it's just supposed to be, just once you take it off the needles, kind of, just a little drape or whatever. I'm going to keep going. The pattern repeats are very easy. It's just stockinette and then between these little garter sections. But I'm going to keep going. So it will have, these striking blues and greens, hopefully in the middle-ish somewhere. So it's like I planned this. Yeah, I did that. But I don't know. I think the color repeats are really long, really long. And I don't know. I'm feeling like I maybe should have started from the middle, but maybe it's just as far from the middle as it is from the other side. And I wasn't very confident that I could find the end in the middle. But that is the Age of Brass and Steam kerchief by Orange Flower Yarn. It's a free pattern, and if you've never done a triangle shawl before, I think it's good for. I had never done a triangle shawl before. I've done some rectangular stoles. I think that's one back there. Sorry, I keep bumping the table. But it kind of kind of starts there, and then you go. So this was my beginning, and this is where I am now. So you just keep increasing on every row. So maybe next time I talk to you, I'll have some blue in there and I'll be happy with it. But it's so boring right now. It's like, how much longer till I get through this brown section? How much longer? But I'm almost there. I think by the weekend I'll get to, there's like a tealy blue in there. So I'm on the brown now.
So are you Are you like me where once you know you're getting close to a new color?
It's like I gotta keep going, gotta see it, gotta get it going.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's not just me.
No. And these are long repeats. So it's like,
Yeah. Oh, I know. I think this is the exact same yarn.
yeah.
And even though this little 4 inches right here
Uh-huh.
looks like a little, it took forever.
Forever. I think
I
this
was like, I'm so tired of yellow. Can we go to something else, please?
I would love a yellow. I would love. I thought that's what I was getting. But I think this yarn is not a worsted. I think it's a DK, which, is just below a worsted. But it still makes the crafting a lot slower than I'm used to. Like everything I've knit, all those hats worsted all the way. So this is just like, ugh.
So I'm glad you mentioned that because I have decided that I'm done. I'm bulking up because I'm enjoying the learning process of Tunisian crochet, but it takes a lot longer than regular crochet. And when I use like a DK way or even a worsted way, I'm a little impatient. That's what it boils down to. So I'm bulking up so I can get through quicker.
Most of my stash is worsted because that's just what I bought a lot of when I started knitting. Like I can make a hat, I can make a scarf. I was doing very simple things, and they say, beginners start in the middle. So worsted's kind of not bulky, it's not, lace weight, it's kind of in the middle. And I just kept buying worsted yarn. And, in big box stores, that's basically your only choice a lot of times. But I have gotten into kind of looking more at, DK is not that much different, but it's enough different where, and I'm liking, I love the fabric it's making. I think it's very, it's not see-through, but it's not worsted, it's not bulky, I think it's going to be very nice. I think it's going to turn out to be very nice, but boy, it's a lot more knitting.
Yeah.
So, and I'm glad this is a pattern I don't have to think about too much. I have to think maybe every 10 rows or something to do something, but I'm getting there. Once I get to that blue, I think it'll be a lot better. Craving color. Where is
it? Craving color. I like that.
We'll make that the title of the podcast.
Yeah, good idea.
So, do we have time for me to do one more quick run through of finished objects?
No, we are done. Good night. I'm leaving.
Oh.
Of course we have time. Oh my goodness, I forgot.
No.
I forgot.
How could you? I've just been talking about it forever. So I bought, when they were on sale at Joann's, some Lion Brand Fisherman's Wool. And that comes in a big bulky skein, and it's undyed wool. And I'm using it to test out my Dharma acid dyes that my boyfriend got me for Valentine's Day. So actually, I had some other random skeins. And some of these may be up for a Princeton D-stash. But I say that because I know I pulled this one out. And it's not the Lion Brand Fisherman Wool. This is Big Twist. This is the Big Twist Roving that I use my Dharma acid dyes on just to experiment to see. And I got a kit. Oops, too close. And I just experimented. So that's the Big Twist. And I think that was some of the yellow. I would be a better podcaster if I had gone and got the colors and wrote those down, but I did not. I know. But I know I did try out the black on this, and it came out more kind of a dark purple.
Oh.
So, so that's one. I think the rest of these, except for one, I think this one is, coming apart, is Patton's wool. So I like that one. I was going for kind of a koi pond with the orange and the blues and the yellows. I hate koi, by the way. So I don't know why that day I just wanted kind of a koi pond look.
Why do you hate
Because
koi?
they're creepy fish. They're creepy. They're
a little.
abnormally big. They're not useful for anything that I know of. I mean, what are you going to do? Walk it? No. It's just going to sit there and be creepy in the water.
What fish are you gonna walk? Name one fish that you can walk.
Mud skippers. Don't
Mud
they have
skippers.
lungs? Lungfish? Don't they have lungs? Aren't they the
Okay.
fish that flop around in the mud?
Okay, so comment down below if you or anybody you know walks your mud skipper fish. I bet you we get 0 of those comments.
I bet we get one. I bet we get one.
I have an idea who that would be too.
Anyway, on my yarn tour, this was just in the bag, but I dyed that with the Wiltons, so that doesn't count. So the Dharma dyes, I did do this one. I think this is the first one I did, and I was so proud of it. Pink and purple and maroon and all those colors. I did like that one. It's not quite fun. And I think I did this one.
I like that one.
I feel like they're not in focus, but I'm sorry. And I did 2 more. I did this one, which I thought, in Tennessee, our state flower, our cultivated state flower is the iris.
Really?
Yes. So I thought that was kind of purple iris kind of colors.
How did I not know that?
I don't know. Because you didn't grow up in Tennessee. I had to take Tennessee history as a kid.
Ugh.
Then you have to take Idaho history or wherever you're from. I don't know.
I'm not from Idaho.
Oh, close enough.
No, it's not.
And then the last one, I kind of did kind of a sunset-y yarn.
It looks like a sunset.
I think so. So those were really fun. I have this big pile of yarn. Wait, I got to do the requisite pile of yarn shot.
Yeah. Ah.
So I've been having a super fun time dyeing yarn. Super fun.
Yeah, I can see that.
So if you get a chance, I think my favorite is the kind of iris one. I don't know what I'm going to make with that, but it's really fun.
I think you should make some socks with it.
No, it's too thick for socks, and there's not enough of it.
It's what? I didn't hear you.
Too thick for socks, and there's not enough of it.
It's too thick.
Okay, it's getting late. I'm done. I can tell you're getting punch drunk. So
I don't even have my Topo Chico to drink.
Smells nice.
Can you smell in your yarn?
It smells nice. After you wash it, and my wool wash and everything, it smells nice.
You're gripping that yarn awfully tight.
Maybe I'm punch drunk too.
Oh my goodness.
So,
well, I like that. That's a lot of dyeing you have done. You've dyed a lot since I've talked to you last. That was ridiculous. Sorry, everybody.
It's too much. It's late. We get up early. It's ridiculous. It's, the world's still on fire. Craft what you want,
Wow. I like that. That'll be the title of our next podcast. I'm writing that down. The world is on fire.
It's been the title of this one. This has been such a disjointed episode.
Wow. Well, since we're getting goofy, I just want to mention.
Must be time to quit.
Yeah. I just want to mention real quick, and I know this is at the end of the video. Most of you have already tuned off.
I think I've tuned out.
Shame on you. But the real champions that are still here, if you would like to send us your finished project, send us a picture to our email at yarnisasecondlanguage@gmail.com, and we will put it on one of these podcasts. Just make sure it's appropriate for all audiences, because we got 16-year-olds who watch, because
we try to be family friendly.
And we got younger kids who watch as well, and we don't want to offend anybody. So shoot us an email if you want to add, the pattern or who created it or whatever. You can add any information that you want, and I'll make sure to kind of relay that, through the video. So if you would like to, shoot us an email and we'll put that on here. We're going to try to do it like once a month-ish, So.
If we get a lot, though, we'll just keep putting them on there.
Yeah, absolutely. So
I was blown away. I really was. I really enjoyed that. That was
the first 5 or 6 emails I opened up. I was like, oh, wow, that's really nice. Next one, wow, these people are really good. The third one, I was like, my goodness, I was expecting, I don't know what I was expecting, but I was not expecting that much perfection. I mean, wow. And please, the beginners who watch, don't be intimidated by, these pieces of art that these people are making. Everything is welcome, and everybody's going to stay positive, because if they're not, booting them out anyway. So don't be intimidated like I was. So we got anything else?
I think it gives people ideas. I saw several comments. Sorry, throwing my yarn down. I saw several comments where people like, oh, that's great. What pattern is that? I'd like to try that. So I think when you see somebody that's doing something that maybe you haven't done before, let it inspire you. Ask questions, compliment people, research it. That's how I, fall down rabbit holes and have great times.
I bet you do.
You're just not understanding words now.
I'd love to see you fall in a rabbit hole. That'd be hilarious.
Rabbit hole, like an actual rabbit hole. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We appreciate you. Ruth's the real champ. There she is.
Rue, you won't fall down a rabbit hole with Nikki, will you? No. What? A rabbit hole? I chase rabbits. Don't fall in their holes.
Oh, my goodness. She better be careful. Some of the rabbits I know are bigger than Rue.
So, but yeah, thank you all for watching the video. I am going to bed. And we will see you all at the next video. Adios. Bye.